Okay, after I made the video about the global food shortage and the role of the allotments and allotment movement in that, one of the YouTubers who is my subscriber, I subscribe to him, and he has interesting videos. I recommend you go and see. It's a little difficult. There are so many Johns and Simpsons in the YouTube. I may give a link down there. But anyway, he was telling that, many people find it very difficult and time-consuming to actually grow or produce and then prepare it for eating. So they just prefer to go for prepared food, the food that you can buy and easily eat it, or go to a restaurant if you can afford it. I can do that. I can afford. I can buy also produce ready-made produce. I go to restaurants also, but I found that most of the time they're too salty, the foods they sell, and they don't really adapt to my taste. So I found it easier actually to most of the times eat the food I grow myself, although I buy a lot prepared food also. But the point is that, okay, if there is such a point, and this is valid, we are not living in 19th century, 20th century, we live in 21st century, we live in a global food environment that you can import anything from anywhere in the world. What's the solution? Solution for me was that to grow for low maintenance, gardening and allotmenteering. Fruit garden, fruit orchard was one of the solutions. I can grow a few fruits here and there, just have something at least for when I need it. So if I want to go further, I could plant more trees. So I planted more, 120 trees and fruit bushes. That gives me plenty. Actually, my fridge is full. I'm freezing them now. But again, it's not food. Again, this is fruit. So I had a bit of land devoted actually to chickens. I will show you. Okay, I'm now walking toward where I keep the chickens. Chickens are here. We are now cleaning the place, a little bit in a mess. But look, chickens give us egg, and we use the egg in many different ways. Of course, you cannot be completely self-sufficient; it's impossible. But we try to have some of it from our own place, and I like the egg that we have from our allotment. Our own chickens' eggs are much superior in taste and quality. You can see it even in the color of the egg. And the thickness and the shape of the eggs shell, and that is a good low maintenance way of having food from your allotment. Of course, growing some other staple food like maize, sweet corn and such things, beans, pumpkins, they last a long time. You can use them in a lot of produce. Courgette, marrows, you can use them, keep them for a longer time if they're in shape of marrow. There are other solutions, but I agree with that. Most of the people find it difficult to actually prepare things. They come tired to the home, 9 to 5 jobs if you have one, or odd shifts that if you are unlucky, working odd shifts. The jobs that are mostly from the companies that really need these kind of things. I remember I worked for Amazon, and I can say that they're very cruel with the workers. They even expect us to come and work during the recession I'm talking about, to work even the Saturday, Sundays, and Christmas Day, no holidays practically. They were expecting us to do it, and at the end of the 6 months, they didn't just chuck the people. They didn't want it because after 6 months it gives you a right actually as a worker. And Amazon is an American company. American companies, with my experience that I have worked for them, they are nasty, simply as that. You can see it in the Poundland. Poundland, when it was in the British hands, was good value for money. Poundland, when it is now in American hands, is crap. They don't give value for money anymore. Pound world is a better option if you want. And this is it. This is capitalism. This is the way it is. That's the reason I try to grow my own food. Many other people are doing, including you will be surprised, Jeremy Corbyn, the Labour candidate for leadership of the Labour Party, is actually have an allotment. He's allotmentary. He's a vegetarian in that sense also, because he says he's vegetarian, I believe that. And that's the way it is. You cannot be completely self-sufficient, but you can at least try. And if you're lucky enough to have a 9 to 5 job, which is and leaves you Saturday and Sundays for yourself to just live, and hopefully that will give you enough sustenance of food through your job to have a life. At the moment, for many people it is not the case, because simply the jobs that we have, if I was living on my salary and didn't have the home or anything, I would have definitely to struggle. I think that many people do that, young people especially, considering the low wages. The wages have not been increasing for a long time. In coordination with of course, the cost of living. Cost of living constantly is rising, and the wages are not rising as much. And we know that millionaires have increased, but normal people, working people who create the wealth, their wealth has not increased. They're getting poorer, actually. The houses prices are really ridiculous now. It's really sharply risen. That's the case. Growing your food gives you a little bit of relief, moving away from all those hassle of the capitalism that wants more and more. What they want more and more, God knows. If it was China, I would say that they're developing, that they are a developing country. Oh, what the heck? All this greed doesn't make sense to me. At the end of the day, you need a roof over your head, you need a food in your stomach. Beautiful ice cream, man. And you need satisfaction from your job, doing something creative if you want in your free time. That's what everyone wants. Of course, that's what we are working for. Then